Hey guys, what's up? Dusty Smith here, and I'm really happy today because I'm about to win $100,000. Some fat idiot on the internet put a $100,000 atheist challenge out, claiming he will give me $100,000 if I can simply prove God does not exist. Now I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, Dusty, how can you prove a negative? You can't prove something doesn't exist. It'll be like me asking you to prove that there's a giant pink unicorn behind you that doesn't exist. How would you prove it? Obviously, if you're the one making a claim that a giant pink unicorn exists, it's up to you to prove it, not somebody to disprove it. This is basic childhood logic. I mean, obviously the whole thing is childish and ridiculous. It's like me coming out with a $100,000 challenge to prove the Smurfs don't exist. How the hell would you prove the Smurfs don't exist? I'd really like to see you try because I want to know what's going on there. It's a whole village of dudes and one chick. Are they all fucking her, or is it just Papa Smurf? I want to know, man. I want to know what's going on with the situation. But obviously I can't know because you can't prove the Smurfs don't exist, just like you can't prove anything doesn't exist. This is obviously just some idiot's attempt to shift the burden of proof onto somebody else so we can see right through this lame shit. However, I actually do think in this rare case I can prove God does not exist. But before I do that, let's see what else this childish idiot has to say so I can shatter his mind farts into a million tiny pieces. Go!
In fact, if you were to ask an atheist, I don't think he would ever actually be able to condemn something like the Holocaust and the killing of millions and millions of innocent people. Why? Because he just believes that they're an accident. They're just merely some molecular structure, that they're just part of this scientific thing called evolution, survival of the fittest. Well, how then was Hitler just not the fittest? How can you ever condemn something like that?
Dude, seriously, fuck you! To claim an atheist like me doesn't have the moral compass to condemn things like the Holocaust makes you so unbelievably mind-numbingly stupid. I have a hard time believing you actually wrote those words down on a piece of paper by yourself. Seriously, dude, don't lie. Your little kid helped you write that on there, didn't he? It was like Daddy's science project or some shit, wasn't it? It has to be. That's the only explanation. Number one, even by your own retarded logic, Hitler wasn't the fittest. He got his ass whooped, man. You do know who won that war, right? It doesn't take a God to understand and recognize when other people are being wronged. It doesn't take a God to understand suffering and torture and murder. It doesn't take a God to understand any of that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Look, obviously I can very simply explain why atheists condemn things like the Holocaust. But before I do, I'm going to let you spew a little bit more of your verbal diarrhea so I can just tackle all the bullshit at the same time. So, go!
If you were to look around the world in any society, in almost any country, in any sets of laws, murder is something that is illegal. Why is it something that is illegal universally? Because man knows it's wrong to murder someone else. If we were just some biological concept as far as a human being and a man, how would we have that knowledge except that the Bible says that God writes those precepts upon our hearts? How is it that every society around the world would agree that murder is wrong? In fact, I guarantee that if there were no laws and no government, that you would feel wrong inside of you killing somebody. Why? Because God's written it on your heart.
All right, let me stop you right there. You do realize that the heart is just a muscle that pumps blood, right? There's no information written on it. No supernatural entity has put anything in there to let you know shit. It's a muscle. It fucking pumps blood through your body, right? Everything that you know and think is inside your brain. That's proven scientifically. There's nothing fucking anywhere else that allows you to think. It's the little neurons firing in your brain. Do you have any evidence to the contrary of this? If so, you should publish some paper on it and collect your Nobel Prize because you're a fucking genius. But we all know that's not gonna happen. This is so fucking stupid that I can't believe I would have to explain this to anybody but a child. But clearly you have the mind of a child. You're a large, overgrown man baby. So let me explain this to you. The reason our societies don't go around murder people is because we have empathy. Empathy is the ability to place yourself in somebody else's shoes, to imagine what they're going through, and then to want to treat them like you would want to be treated. It doesn't take any supernatural entity whatsoever to make this happen. It's simple imagination. People understood that it was wrong to kill way before we even had the Bible, and people will understand it's wrong to kill way after your childish ancient fairy tale is destroyed forever. Which is kind of pretty quick. It's obvious by how desperate your bullshit is getting. But while we're on this topic, I have a very sincere question to ask you, Josh, and this is serious. If you found out tomorrow that God doesn't exist, if you all of a sudden knew for 100% that God doesn't exist, would you go out and start murdering people? Would you go out and murder innocent women and children? Would you really do that? Be honest. If the answer is yes, then you are a fucking piece of shit. Ain't no doubt about it. And if the answer is no, you wouldn't do that, then you just proved yourself wrong. You just showed that it doesn't take a God to have morals at all. So which is it, Josh? Are you wrong or are you a fucking piece of shit? Or are you both? At this point, I'm starting to lean towards C, all of the above. But that's up to you, Josh. But I really want an honest answer to this question. So somebody please post this video to Josh's website and maybe he'll have the integrity to answer for us. You know what? I'm starting to think this guy's just a little bit completely fucking full of shit. But now, it's time for me to prove God doesn't exist and claim my $100,000. Josh claims that God is all-knowing and all-powerful. He claims that God can literally do anything. Well, if that's true, what the fuck does God need you for? Why would God choose Kevin James' retarded, fat, little donut-eating brother to represent him? The truth of the matter is, if an all-knowing, all-powerful God needs your help, he's not God. What the fuck would an all-powerful God need you for? If the fact that an all-powerful, all-knowing God needed a stupid, loud, ignorant neckbeard like yourself to spread his message for him doesn't prove to you that he doesn't exist, then nothing fucking ever will. Checkmate, Josh. God is dead, motherfucker. I'm gonna take the 20s you give me, roll them up, use them to snort cocaine up a hooker's ass. Fuck yes! I'm gonna use the money to party like the rapture just happened and all the Christians have disappeared off the face of the earth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Unless you're just some loudmouth ignorant douche that doesn't actually even have $100,000 and you're just writing checks your ass can't cash. Which, now that I think about it, unfortunately, seems pretty obvious. Guess I need to cancel the hookers. Anyway, Josh, thank you for the video. Please keep this up. This is what it looks like when religion dies. Christians, really? This is the guy you're supporting? This is your representative? I love this shit. It makes my job so easy because it's so fucking stupid. So Josh, please keep making your ignorant videos. Christians, please keep spreading this bullshit. And I'll keep doing the same thing I'll always do. Kicking this bullshit in the ass with logic. Fuck yes.